Live from the Beryl Studios in Bedford, Texas, it's Paul Talk with Paul Spiegelman.
Thank you, Lance, for the introduction, and thank you to the rock and roll band for playing me out. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Paul Talk. 2011 is coming to an end, and this is the time of year I like to reflect on all of the accomplishments we've had the previous year.
Year in review.
Thank you, Lance. Let's go back all the way to January. We had our first ever outdoor patio party with karaoke. The drinks and singing went on from 5 o'clock till 9 o'clock at night. Over 50 co-workers hung out to take their turn at the microphone. Until it was Greg's turn, and then he wouldn't let it go. And that was pretty much the end of it. February. Yes, in February we had our annual chili cook-off, where nearly 24 teams got together to show off their culinary skills. Some were great, some were hot, but the ones that stood out the most were the Beryl Earth Chili, which was recycled from the 2010 Beryl Chili Cook-Off. March. In March, we once again celebrated Mardi Gras by dressing up, having our first Mardi Gras parade, and our first ever Bears Gone Wild video.
April.
Lance, what are you doing?
I'm announcing. I'm the announcer.
But I'm in the middle of a segment.
But it's boring over here.
Can you wait until there's a real announcement?
Okay.
Thank you. April. Go ahead. April brought us once again the Barry Spiegelman Memorial Golf Classic and Fundraiser and the Beryl Institute Conference, which generated a lot of interest and discussion, such as, who is at work right now? Okay, it looks like we're running out of time. Let's wrap this up.
May.
Family Day.
June.
Small Giants community went to Germany.
July.
Kids Day. Awesome. For more on how this came to be, please welcome my special guest, Lara Morrow.
Hiya, thanks for having me.
So, Lara, what were you thinking?
Well, it occurred to me that if I got like a billion kids and I put them out in the sweet sea and we gave them lots of Coke and sugar and just let them run around and let their parents watch, it might be something pretty interesting to see what happens.
And how did that work for you?
They took over. They formed their own tribal society. Thank goodness we stopped them in time before they sacrificed Brittany. We still don't know what happened to Shauna Kersey.
Shauna is missing? Lara Morrow, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, where were we?
August.
Pimp My Bus.
September.
Gong Show.
October.
Fall Festival.
November.
Nothing. We didn't even shave. That catches us up to now. And December is going to be a great month for Beryl coworkers, partly because we're publishing our second book, The Smile Guide, written by Beryl employees. Smile Guide, employee perspectives on culture, loyalty, and profit. For a special reading of The Smile Guide, I'd like to introduce you to Jennifer McSnow.
Smile Guide, written by the employees of Beryl. Turn the corners of your mouth upward.
Wow, that's pretty simple. I'm not really sure why it took a year. You know, the Smile Guide is a follow-up to my first book, Why Is Everyone Smiling?, written back in 2005. You know, Smile Guide was much easier to write because the fact is, I didn't write it. I asked my staff to write it. Much easier. And now I'd like to tell you about my next book, which will be even easier to write. It's called I Get It. You guys like to smile a lot. Insights from reading my first 2 books. It's comprised entirely of emails, reviews, and feedback I've collected from the first 2 books. Look for it next spring.
Spring!
Ladies and gentlemen, I believe in open communication. My door is always open, even when I drive. I'm like a mailman that way. This is Ask Paul.
Ask Paul! Ask Paul! What up?
Lance, what do we have today?
First letter. Datahead writes, Dear Paul, I heard the Beryl project is moving all of our data into the cloud. Is that safe?
Yes, that's true. All of our data and the hospital's data will be shot up into the clouds, where I presume it's stored in some sort of weather balloon or zeppelin or something. They assure me it's safe. Next question.
This question comes from Lizard of Oz and asks, what next steps are we taking to ensure our accountability training sticks? You know, the above the line and below the line stuff.
In order to implement the see it, own it, solve it, and do it steps to accountability, we are having signage put up throughout the building. For example, on our vending machines, you'll soon see it, own it, solve it, eat it. And on the bathroom stalls, you'll see it, own it, solve it, flush it. What else, Lance?
Our next question comes from a live caller.
Live caller. Great. Caller, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, welcome to Ask Paul. I'm Paul. How can I help you?
My name's Jason, and I had a question about our PTO.
Oh, Jason, PTO, our paid time off policy. You know, I'd be happy to help you with that, Jason. But first, I have to collect a little demographic information.
Okay.
Okay, can I have your name and address, please?
My address? What do you need that for?
Oh, well, Jason, we just need to send you a follow-up letter with the information we're going to take from you today.
I don't want to do that.
Well, Jason, can I just have your zip code? Oh, it looks like we lost our caller. Jason, please call again sometime. And that wraps up Ask Paul. Friends, it's the holiday season, and last week was Thanksgiving. It's real easy to overindulge in all the mouth-watering, tongue-pleasing, finger-licking yum-yums that I want to taste in my mouth. That's why I'm glad we have the Beryl Well Snack of the Month. In the past 3 months, I've been surviving off of oatmeal, yogurt, and raisins, and I've never felt better. And I'm pleased to announce the snack of the month for December is chocolate Funyuns. Oh man. What? Hey, I'm in the middle of eating my chocolate Funyun cereal. You remember the December snack of the month? I can't hear you.
Wig.
Oh, well, then fix it. Thanks, Aubrey. Hey, want to give a shout out to Aubrey, everyone. What would I do without her? Speaking of shout outs, I shout when I'm happy and I shout when I'm mad. And sometimes the only way to tell the difference is if you get a paycheck next week. This is Paul's shout outs and shout ats.
Shout out! Shout at! Shout out! Shout at! Shout out! Shout at!
My first shout out goes to Dennis Nasto. He cooks steaks for the entire account management team. That's true spirit of camaraderie, sir, and I commend you for it. However, I have to give a shout at the account management team for getting sick and vomiting everything that Dennis cooked. Okay, so he didn't cook the steaks with heat. He cooked them with heart. It's not his fault they came out cold. I want to give a shout out to our entire sales force who have been out in the field building our business. This has been an aggressive sales year in a still rebounding wintry economic climate. It's not easy out there, and these guys are doing whatever it takes to get the job done. However, I have to give a shout at the entire sales team for their latest sales tactics. Come on, guys. No pepper spray.
Oh, that's painful.
Hey, Lance, ever been blasted with pepper spray?
As a matter of fact, Paul, I have. I thought it was one of those new pepper grinders and I was just trying to put pepper on my salads and baked potatoes. Big mistake.
I just have one more shout at to hand out. The Beryl Bear. What happened to you? You've been gone for 6 months. No phone calls, no emails, not even a Facebook status. And then we find you and the McGuire twins burned down apartment with a mini bottle of vodka and a mini packet of cigarettes, getting drunk. Not only seeing double, now you're seeing quadruple. And then I know you only smoke when you're drinking, and then what happens is half an apartment complex is burned down.
This is why Andrew doesn't want you smoking in a Beryl shirt.
Listen, Beryl Bear, we care about you. We want to take care of you. Take some time off, get some help. We'll be there and we'll support you any way we can. And this brings me to my final Beryl shout out. This is to all of you, the Beryl employees. We've had a tough year in 2011, but you guys have taken care of each other. You've donated vacation time, you've visited each other when people were sick, you've basically taken care of one another. And that's what makes me so proud to work at a place with such terrific, caring, and giving people. Thank you very much. So that's all the time we have today for Paul Talk.
Paul Talk!
Happy holidays, everyone.
This is so good. We deserve it.
Delicious. It really is good.